Captain, we're getting a signal from the spacecraft.
Please pause the video. Only a small percentage of you subscribe to my channel. Subscribing to my channel really helps me out. And while you're at it, smash that like button. Now let's get on with the show. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Scale Model Kit Review Studio. And as you can see, I am holding another bust. This time it is Lieutenant Uhura from Star Trek. She is a real beauty. And this time she is scaled up to be about a third scale. 3D printed from my good friend Mike. This was a custom print from him, and you can find him at new NY 3D Creations. I'll put a link down in the description below, but he does do custom prints, so contact him directly either through Facebook Messenger or directly through his email at his website, NY3D Creations. But like I said, this is a custom print for me and a couple of my friends. They got the same thing. We'll be doing a paint up of her on Red Dragon Model Works. It's a painting class, and I've never painted African American skin tones before, and that's the whole purpose of doing her. And I thought, wow, this is a fantastic palette to do that with. And she's fantastic here. The base comes separately right there. Gives you a couple of these. I only have this one on hand right now, but there is a different one that Mike was providing for us for this sculpt. It comes separate between the bottom of the bust and her head and neck. And you can see this is you can see who produces the STL. And like I said, this is a custom print that I purchased from Mike. And the sculpt itself, very nice here. Mike really knows what he's doing when it comes to these prints. I've sanded down some of the little tiny imperfections. There aren't many at all on this. Filled in the holes. There's no need to fill in the holes on the bottom, right? Because you want all the resin to drain out. And there was just one small one on top that I filled in already and sanded. And if you don't know how to do that, I did make a video on how to do this. I'll put a link down below for that particular video, and where I show you how to do that. But that's already done. She is prepped for primer. I'm going to go ahead and primer with some gray SEM high build primer first, and then I'll do some other base skin tone colors, and I'll be back with that. So I'll come back with her primered up. So you're going to see that next. Oh, just before I go though, let me give you a comparison between a 1/3 scale and a 1/4 scale. My Bela Lugosi Dracula beside her, and you can see there's just a big size difference between these two. And my Bela Lugosi came from Pestilence Labs, Mark Worthling. And this is a resin cast figure, and this is a resin printed figure. So there's the difference. Resin cast figure is fantastic too. Okay, let me get her primered up and I'll be right back.
Lieutenant, contact Starfleet Command. Patch in my log, tell them what has happened.
And here she is all primed up. The gray SEM high build primer, and then I clear coated her with some Krylon matte clear. So my next step here is to give her a coat of black Stynylrez, first part of her base coat, and then I got her lower part of the bust here, and of course her uniform will be red, so I'm going to leave this alone for now. But I did coat it with some SEM, but it came out kind of rough. It's a new spray can, and I went ahead and sanded it down some to smooth it out, so we're all set there for that to go. Probably give it a coat of white Stynylrez in preparation for the red, because I want it to be a real bright red uniform with some shading and stuff. But okay, so I will be right back after I give her a coat of black Stynylrez.
There's nothing, sir. I'm scanning all frequencies.
And here you can see I'm beginning her base tones, which is the black Stynylrez, along with some highlighting with some white Stynylrez. I'll move on here and show you some more layering of the skin tones before I actually get into applying all the colors. Okay, I did complete her base colors for the flesh, and I used the Stynylrez ebony and neutral for this. And you saw earlier I did completely paint her with the black Stynylrez also. Now I did thin down the Stynylrez a little bit because I'm not using it as a primer, I'm using it as a color. So I thinned it down with about 80 Stynylrez to 20 Iwata airbrush thinner. Okay, so that's this right here. I used 20% of that in the paint, okay, in the Stynylrez. And then I did add a couple drops of flow improver because it's very dry here where I live. And I shot it with my chrome, Badger Chrome, at about 30 psi. Since it was thinned out, I could cut down my pressure with my Mac valve, and I probably brought the pressure down to about 12 with that. And this is still wet from the colors. I kept adding in the neutral to the ebony to lighten it up, and that's what I got. Now I'm not happy with the color just yet, the base color, so I went ahead and I sealed her with my Krylon UV resistant clear, so she's all sealed up and ready to go there. Next I'm going to apply a transparent coat of light umber by Pro Acryl, and this is going to be thinned down a whole lot, and I'm just going to give an overall shot of this light umber, and I really like that color compared to her, so it's really going to set her off. I think we'll see how that goes. I mean, if it goes wrong, I could always just repaint her, but there you go. That's what she looks like so far. And I'll go ahead and do that, and I will be back.
Analysis sector. Channel 1, main computer, decode.
And as far as her uniform goes, I did put a coat of the SEM gray high build primer, and the gray comes out chalky almost. Even though I shook it up and I really got it ready to go, it still comes out kind of grainy. I don't like it compared to the black SEM, so I did have to sand her down here. Okay, so I sanded everything down with 1500 grit, and then I clear coated her with the Krylon UV clear, and and you know, it's all set to go now. The base color for the uniform, we were talking last night in our little hangout we have, I'm going to use the Pro Acryl Bold Pyro Red for the base color of a uniform. Okay, so I'll be doing that too. More than likely I'll probably be doing this during the our live feed, and if you didn't watch the live feed, I'll put a link down below to that. You can find it under the live tab in my YouTube community tabs on top there, where you can watch us all paint live. We're concentrating on her skin tones. You know, I've never done African American skin tones, and that's something I want to learn here. So, okay, I'll be back with that.
Sir, that isn't in the Starfleet code. It's an old style interplanetary code.
And there's my mixture of the light umber, pro-acryl, and the new 4021 reducer. It worked great. No clogging. Yeah, as you can see, it looks great in the cup. And I made it a transparent color. I used my Badger Chrome Renegade. And this is the look here. Very subtle, but I do like the raw umber finish. Her undertones of her skin. And then today I will learn from Gilbert and the rest of the guys what to do next to get a true African American skin color with her. But I'm very pleased with that. And I'll seal her one more time and she'll be ready to paint this afternoon. But there you go. Went ahead and changed the color of my lights, and it kind of shows you a little bit better. Light reflecting off of her in that direction, darker underneath, but definitely a lot better there. And that's just full on there. Looks good. I think it looks better with those lights. It's a warm colored lights. But that's how she looks. Okay. I'll be back with progress. Thanks for watching, everyone. And her uniform base coat is complete there. And I haven't decided if I want to paint the sides black or the same color as the uniform. But there you go. That's just the base color of her uniform. So stay tuned for more. And I did use the bold Pyrrole red.
Captain, the message is coming in now.
And welcome back. I have completed Nichelle Nichols, Lieutenant Uhura, and I'm pretty happy with her. As you can see, she's a large sculpt, and this is my first time doing darker complexion with her. I think she's a little darker than what I wanted, but it's my first attempt. And I had a blast painting her. What was really fun was painting her eyes. They were sunk in and let you put all the details in. And then I filled them with resin or the UV glue. And I lightly tinted that glue. And she turned out really good. Here's the back end of her. I did do a little shading of her uniform. I didn't want it to look too dirty or anything like that, just a shade. And she is done. Little hair barrettes are just glossed over a little bit, so they stand out. But very, very happy with her. Let me know in the comments below what you think about how well I did with her. And it just depends on the lighting, whether she gets more fair complected or less fair complected. But still need to do the base. The base is sitting over here. I'm waiting for something to come in that I ordered, but I'll put another coat of black on it, probably gloss it up. But that's it for the base there. It'll be done here shortly. I did have fun painting her badge, and I'm gonna probably tone down her lips a little bit with more of a satin finish than the gloss finish. But there she is. I'll be back with the final part in a little bit. And here she is, Lieutenant Uhura, complete with the base. You can see it's a gloss black base with a commercially bought metal badge. And remember, this is a custom base by Mike over at NY3D Creations. And it's just a basic base. I painted it with a black Stynylrez and glued on the badge here. Like I said, it's a commercially based badge, magnetized. And I did shoot the Stynylrez. It's a flat base, and I shot it with a gloss coat of Krylon clear. And I glued on the badge using Magic Smooth, and that seemed to be work the strongest, more stronger than using super glue or 5-minute epoxy. The Magic Smooth works great for that. And here she is again. I didn't do this as a tutorial video, just to show you my progress in painting skin tones, and I think her skin tone looks fantastic here, along with her uniform. I just did a darker red for the sides and the back. I didn't glue her to the base because I wanted to be able to show you what the 3D print is about. Giving full credit to Antonio Dotto for his sculpture here. Fantastic, Antonio. And the eyes were fun to paint here. UV clear was used. All hand painted, no decals were used. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed this little series of my paint up of Lieutenant Uhura from Star Trek. I'll go ahead and attach to the end of this video some stills I shot of her. Maybe a video or two. I can't remember if I did video also, but I'll throw that in there at the end here too. So if you like what I do here on my channel, please subscribe to my channel and smash that like button. And as you can tell, a whole lot of you watch my videos, but not a whole lot of you subscribe. It's totally free. Subscribing to my channel really helps me out. It keeps me going here on my channel. If you didn't subscribe, I wouldn't be here. Also, hitting the like button helps put the word out and lets them know I am out here. Because I don't think a whole lot of people know that I'm out here painting and reviewing kits on my channel. Thanks for watching, everybody, and check out these photos following.